Oh my gosh, no, that scared me. No, that actually really scared me. Oh my gosh, Santa's here. Hi, I'm Tanic Sims 2, but you can call me Tanny. And today we are going to meet the second Pleasant family of Pleasantview for their round 9 rotation. Before we begin playing with them, as usual, I am going to explain this household's backstory and introduce you to each member in quite a lot of detail, so feel free to either skip straight to the gameplay or you can get to know the family at this timestamp on screen in the Pleasantview introduction, the hood overview video. Okay. So I realised while editing the previous Pleasant Family's introductory episode that it would be best to go over the Sims backstories, you know, their household lore, their role in the neighbourhood, I guess, as I show you their family tree. The series is mostly trial and error until we find the perfect format, really, and this way we can meet them without eating too much into the gameplay time, hopefully, maybe. Plus, since the adults are legacy characters like the previous family, there's a lot to cover, so take that as your warning. So this household consists of a very small, relatively drama-free, hopefully, family unit. We have Nathan Pleasant and his wife Darcy Pleasant, née Dreamer. And I can't show you both of them right now because we're not that kind of channel. And their daughter Venus, plus of course Cleo, who belonged to Darcy's mother. They're those darn 3 bolters. Enjoy yourselves, I guess. I never really realised how many siblings Nathan had until I see them laid out like this. Anyway, right off the bat, probably the most intriguing, I guess. I don't know, it's interesting to me at least, is that their surname is Pleasant, yet none of these Sims are blood related to the Pleasants at all. So throughout his marriage to Cassandra, Don Lothario unfortunately continued to be unfaithful. He lived up to his name, a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess you could say, and his affairs resulted in 2 children outside of his marriage. So from his marriage to Cassandra, he has Naomi, Nico, Dante, and Morty. But he also has Nathan and Mia Caliente, who is Nina's daughter. Nathan was born at the start of round 2. I believe he is the eldest Sim of that particular generation. He was the result of a mostly ACR fueled affair between Don and former maid Kaylynn Langerak. A lot of autonomous late night calls, shall we say, as well as Kaylynn constantly rolling these wants to be romantic like all the time. And since I play a wants based game style, I just had to go with whatever Kaylynn wanted, and eventually Nathan happened. For storytelling purposes, I always imagined Don was unaware of Nathan's existence. I don't believe they ever met even. So while Don was living it up in the Lothario mansion, playing happy families with Cassandra, Kaylynn was raising her newborn baby alone in the mobile homes apartment I put down near the old Broke house. She really had basically no money, and it was a heartbreaking situation because Kaylynn would often have to stay home from work, take a vacation day from the maternity leave because she couldn't afford a nanny and she didn't know her neighbours well enough to ask them for help. You know, she had no time to form relationships with her neighbours. She had to work and care for her son in this tiny living space. But not long after that, ACR did its thing again, this time with Daniel Pleasant. And along came Nathan's younger half-brother Isaac, and by not long after, I mean that. Nathan and Isaac were both born in round 2. So now Kaylynn has to cope with 2 newborns in a cramped mobile home by herself, and at this point Daniel was actually still married to Mary Sue. However, as I mentioned in the first Pleasance video, Mary Sue caught him cheating with Kaylynn at his birthday party and divorced him. So he moved into the Pleasant Vista apartments and, well, before he knew it, he was married to Kaylynn. I changed Kaylynn's age in SimPE to make her closer to Daniel's age when I brought her into the rotation as a playable sim. So she was about 2 sim weeks away from becoming an elder, and she had this fear I'd never seen before. She feared becoming an elder without ever marrying, and so they got married. Originally, both Kaylynn's sons had her surname. They were born Nathan and Isaac Langerak, but I renamed them when Kaylynn married Daniel. So yeah, that's why Nathan is Nathan Pleasant, despite being Don's son. Basically, Daniel adopted him. He raised him, and really, Daniel was his father. They were very close, and Daniel treated him exactly the same as he treated Isaac. So while Nathan may not be a Pleasant by blood, he absolutely is part of the Pleasant family, regardless of his parentage. So all 4 lived in this tiny 1-bedroom apartment together. Nathan and Isaac had to sleep in the lounge, and they really suffered because of the constant noise. They would barely ever get any sleep. Then, as soon as Nathan became a teenager, Daniel and Kaylynn had earned enough to afford a bigger apartment, and so they moved into this custom one I'd built based on the Pleasant Vista apartments. Please don't laugh at it. I know it's awful, but I had fun building it, and I think that's all that matters. So my favorite part of Nathan's story, he's one of my favorite Sims actually, is that he is very close to Kyla Lothario, formerly Kyla Burb, the second daughter of John and Jennifer. So close, in fact, that they actually had 3 bolts. Now they only have 2. However, by the time Nathan became a teenager, so Kyla is a little older, like the generation above, born in round 1, she had begun dating Nico Lothario, who is, of course, Nathan's half brother. Do they know each other? No, he doesn't know Nico. He's very good friends with his sister Naomi because they're both artists. Hey, he doesn't know Mia either, but yeah, he doesn't know Nico. But Nico and Kyla began dating as teenagers, and I thought ACR would be all over those 3 bolts. Yet whenever Nathan and Kyla hung out, ACR decided to, I don't know, take a nap or something, because they never initiated anything romantic. But yeah, as a teenager, Nathan eventually met Darcy Dreamer. They had a very wholesome relationship, but they were just very cute together, and it was interesting because I personally would have never paired them. But hey, that's the beauty of ACR. So then, moving on to Darcy, first things first, let's address the elephant in the room, the firstborn syndrome in the family tree. So because I am a doofus, I forgot to use the bat box to roll the pacifier before Darcy was born, and I thought, it'll probably be fine. And when she was born, I was just like, oh, she looks like her brother, her brother David. Yet I didn't make the connection until she aged up to toddler, and I realized her personality was identical to David's. Until then, I was just like, well, yeah, they're gonna look similar, they're siblings. Anyway, at that point, I just decided to use an online randomizer to choose a new zodiac for her, which turned out to be Gemini. And so I just went with the default personality for Gemini and the corresponding one true hobby of sports. Because I didn't mind that Darcy and David look like twins, but it would bother me if they had the exact same personality, because one Libra sim is one too many, to be honest. Anyway, Darcy is the youngest child, the only daughter of Brandi and Darren Dreamer, so she has quite a few siblings. She has 4 older half-brothers, Dustin, Bo, and Bobby Broke on her mother's side, and then Dirk Dreamer on her father's side, and then of course David is her older biological brother. On top of all these connections, her grandparents are the newbies, so she's the epitome of a legacy character. But yeah, eventually Nathan went to uni and he had to leave Darcy behind because she was born in round 3. She's a round generation below him, which was the main factor in why I was hesitant in pairing them up. I knew Nathan would become a young adult while Darcy was still a teenager, so their relationship would have to end, and it was possible they'd meet other people and go their separate ways. And after graduating from uni, that's exactly what Nathan did. He began seeing a dormie named Renee, but it never really progressed into anything serious. Nathan didn't really roll any big wants, like getting engaged to her. But then Darcy graduated from uni in round 6, and they surprised me. They proved me wrong. They stuck their low detail middle fingers up at me, and they reunited and fell in love all over again. And they wanted to get married, which was another surprise. So they got married in a private ceremony surrounded by snow in the back garden, and honestly, I think Nathan's choice of attire sums him up pretty well. And now here they are with a daughter in the hacienda from the Lots and Houses bin. I forgot to mention earlier, but Daniel, I think, got promoted. He reached the top of the athletic career and he got the really big bonus chance card. So the family managed to accrue quite a lot of wealth before he passed. That has been split between Isaac and Nathan, kind of as an inheritance, almost on top of the actual inheritance they would have received from their parents. Like, they probably would have gotten the maximum 20k each. So it's really awesome how Nathan spent his childhood first in a tiny mobile home, then to sleeping on a cheap bed in the living room, and now he's living in this hacienda. I don't know, same for Darcy. I mean, her father Darren's scripted event, it revolves around piles of bills, and her mother was the icon Brandi broke herself. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense that they've ended up together. They come from similar backgrounds where they grew up in a family that may not have had a lot of money, but they were rich in love, so I like to imagine they bond over that. So let's just go over each Sim's personalities, get to know them better as individuals. Ordinarily, I'd focus on the Sims themselves as I talk about them. That's not an option right now. So I'm just going to focus on Nathan's art studio because it's very important to his character. So he's very similar to his older half-siblings, Naomi and Nico. He met Naomi through work, through being an artist. I like to see them as they know that they're siblings. They may not have known each other growing up, but as adults they've met and they've realised they've put the pieces together, you know. He's acknowledged them. His secondary aspiration is popularity, of course decided by the secondary aspiration calculator by Shirley. He is in the artist career. He's graduated from uni, studied art probably. I don't know. But he's an art forger level 6, so he's doing well and he's on board for a promotion. But he often rolls once to quit his job because he paints masterpieces so often. Ordinarily, if he weren't in the artist career, I'd be like, okay, yeah. But because he is, and his lifetime one is become visionary level 10. That's why I'm hesitant, because I want him to complete that first. Like, I think he could probably reach the top and then quit if he rolls that one again, and then just work on masterpieces and all that. I take lifetime ones very seriously. They are gospel to me, the ultimate decider in the wants-based system. They'll always overrule the general wants. He is a Pisces, so he's very soppy and yep. Can you tell? He's he's very outgoing at 7 points. He's very active with 8 points. He's on the serious side with 4 points, and he's very nice with 9 nice points. His interests include culture, food, fashion, sports, paranormal, travel, weather, and school and sci-fi. Wow, conversations with Nathan, they must never fail. His hobby is of course arts and crafts. He has maxed the enthusiasm for it. He has membership to the hobby club, My Muse 2 art studio. I never go to Hobby Lots. I can't be bothered. Nathan claims the most interesting thing about him is that he has seen every film ever at least 100 times, and he could paint the Mona Lisa with his eyes closed. He dreams of being either a comic artist or a con artist, depending on his grades. I wrote this when he was a teenager, I think, and his lifetime one was actually become criminal mastermind, and I kind of kept that. I was like, well, he's probably gonna go into art. I did actually make that as the decider of whether I change his lifetime one. So he went to uni, he graduated, and he did well, so I changed it to become an artist instead of a criminal. Because there are two choices, artist or criminal. You cannot be a criminal artist. I'm gonna focus on Darcy's hobby. I know it kind of looks out of place. I don't care, actually. So she's a fortune sim. Her secondary is popularity as well. Her lifetime one is earn 100,000. Is it? I thought it was become sports person. Hall of Famer. I thought she wanted that. But yeah, she is an all-star level 5. On top of being employed in the athletic career, she was also given her mother Brandi's salon when she passed. It made the most sense for Darcy to inherit it because she's a fortune sim, but to be honest, I am not totally sure what to do with it. Sometimes I consider selling it and having another sim buy it, but I have no idea who would be a good choice. And at the same time, I really want to keep the salon within the family, you know? But Darcy's very preoccupied with the athletic career. She rarely even gets to visit the salon. Another option would be waiting for Venus to be old enough, but since she's a toddler, her future isn't clear to me yet. I just cannot tell what sort of path she is going to pave for herself. I could potentially sell the salon to David. He'd have to quit his job, but considering he's a pleasure romance sim, aka the ultimate Libra, the final boss of Libra sims, I don't think he'd be too mad about that. Plus his lifetime one isn't related to a career, it's everyone's favourite, completely attainable and not tedious at all. Lifetime one have 50 first dates, so yeah, we'll see, I guess. Like I said, she's a Gemini. She has the default Gemini personality from Cass. Sloppy, a bit neater than Nathan, but still sloppy. The same level of outgoingness. She's 7 outgoing. Same level of activity as well. She's 8 active. Quite serious with 3 serious points, and she's quite grouchy with 3 grouchy points. Well, yeah, 3 nice points, I guess. Her bio reads, the only daughter of both Darren and Brandi, Darcy's the little girl her mother thought she'd never have. Her active and confident personality fuels her desire to be a sporting superstar. But is her constant need for perfection a bug or a feature? I try to keep that Maxis charm, wit. I know it's nowhere on their level, but I try to keep that style with their bios. So naturally, I needed to include bug or feature. She's interested in culture, food, fashion, which does work in terms of the salon. Very interested in sports, of course, travel, work, weather, and not sci-fi. My bad. I'm a fibber. Hobby is of course sports, but she doesn't have that much enthusiasm for it, considering she's meant to be like, I want to be a sporting superstar. And finally, little Venus. I consider the name Venus to be kind of artsy. I don't know why, don't ask me to elaborate on that, I don't know. Then after she was born, I remembered the tennis player Venus Williams and realised, oh my gosh, her name is this unintentional yet perfect blend of Nathan and Darcy's hobbies. She is. Guess what? She's a Sagittarius. No bio yet because she's a toddler and I'm still discovering who she is. Very sloppy like her father, the same amount of points, but very outgoing. Same amount of points as her parents, 7 outgoing. Very active, even more active than Darcy. Very, very playful, which is interesting because Darcy and Nathan are on the more serious side, but she's really grouchy. I don't know how those two work together. I guess they would play mean pranks. She has absolutely no time for politics. Very interested in sports, paranormal. My toddlers always are. which is just really funny. And school, but I don't know what her hobby is yet. Whenever my Sims age up to a toddler, the first thing I do after checking their stats and everything and noting it all down, I instantly try out every hobby object possible because I want to know what their hobby is, but I can't find it. It's not sports, which is really, I thought it would be sports because she's so active and she's so interested in sports, but this toy is a sports hobby toy and nothing's happened, so maybe fitness. Oh, that toilet is rank. They're not going to do anything about it, like not autonomously, and it's like if you make them do it, they throw like a tantrum. I caught it this time. I missed it when Mark was potty trained. She was thinking about it. That's cute. Well done. I don't know what you meant to say, like congrats. Oh my gosh, they didn't have a nanny yet. Whoops. Good thing I checked. I know it'd be good for drama if Venus got taken away, but this is authentic. We don't manufacture drama here. I like my drama spicy, but I also like it organic, you know? Nathan's half-brother Dante, who he knows but doesn't know, is here. Should I let him in? Oh, he's probably leaving. Let's get to know him. I forgot his outerwear was a trench coat. He's about to offer Dante the red pill or the blue pill, I guess. No, I really want to find out Venus's hobby, but I must have tried everything because I've got like every toddler toy imaginable. It must be fitness then, if it's not sports, but she's so active. Ugh, edge of my seat, actually. I think I tried art just in case because of Sagittarius. Oh wait, no, I don't have an arts table. Maybe it is art. Please leave your plate. Just leave it right there. Go ahead, feel free. Venus is not shy. Total stranger, as far as she's aware. Like, she doesn't know that's her uncle. I really wish that, like, inviting someone over. There's probably a mod. There's a mod for everything, you know? If there's a mod for baby baking. If there's a mod for that, then there's surely a mod for, like babysitters, where you can just invite a trusted sim over and they would babies. There probably is. If not, get on it. No, that's so sweet. I know I said that, you know, growing up, Nathan probably wasn't aware of his father being Don Lothario, and then of course having tons of other half siblings. I like to see it as, you know, Don passed and the truth just sort of came out and everyone's aware now. Rude. I'm so happy to see Callista doing this. Darcy has brought a friend home. This is Ashley Mass. I think she's a downtownie. I want to say she had a thing with Daniel Pleasant. It's kind of awkward when Nathan gets home, but I don't think Nathan was aware. I don't even know if he was born yet. It was way ages ago. No, she wants to be friends with Ashley, so oh, she's gonna network. Please tell me I have a lot in common with your friend therapist. Basically saying, you need therapy. Nah, she's just saying, you are simply the coolest sim I've met in ages. I forgot to, like, mention this, but, we finally have a family that has a normal rotation cycle. They start on a Monday and end on a Sunday. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. Is this good news? Is this bad news? A lot of you in the comments tell me how you appreciate the length of these videos. You enjoy these longer playthroughs, which is reassuring. I've always been worried about my videos being too long. Just gonna dismiss the nanny real quick. Oh, but she is cleaning the house. Dilemma. Oh, but she waved to the dog. That's really nice, actually. Oh. Panties, no. But your comments have led me to make a decision where I am hoping to squeeze each family's playthrough into 2 episodes. So this episode may be either 3 or 4 days, depending on what happens. And then the second episode will be the remainder of their round. Hopefully some families can actually be condensed into just one episode too, like single sims or couples. While this does mean some episodes like this one may be longer than usual, it seems that you don't mind that. Which is great because in the long run it should speed up production. Oh, Ghost from the Past, that's Eve walking by. And it should speed up release of these episodes because I appreciate you all wait so patiently while I'm usually off working on another project. But yeah, I just wanted to see if releasing only 1 or 2 longer episodes per family sounds groovy with everyone. But yeah, I'm going to trial that with this household, which should actually mean, since we're now at the end of Monday, the first day, the final age check, Nathan is an elder in 12 days, Darcy is showering, but she is an elder in 22 days, and Venus is a child in 2 days, which of course means this round will be her birthday. Another birthday party. When I think about it, how long I have played this Pleasantview, I must have had, hundreds of birthdays. And yet they never get boring. I love seeing how they grow up, what they look like their genetics, and ultimately where they go. Yeah, I just want to know what Venus' hobby is. I could totally cheat and check the sim blender, but we're not about that here. Please make yourself at home. Okay, she is like best friends forever with Eve. Darcy is best friends forever with Eve. Syntax. Rolling or want to have a party. Well, apparently one's going on down here anyway. Nathan got his promotion, as I said he would. I had total faith in him, actually. So he's now a fashion photographer. I'm obsessed with Venus, just having no inhibitions, no shyness. She'd be right at home in Itsy, wouldn't she? They both want to throw a party, but it's 10:30 at night, and I don't want the police to come. It's winter. Oh my gosh, do you know what this means? That's right, audience. Like Dora the Explorer. We can have a New Year's party. Absolutely. Oh, not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. I mean, Venus's birthday is coming up, so that will be a birthday party, but that's happening, okay? We're having a new sim year. Yes, we are. But yeah, when Darcy gets a moment, she should work on gaining skills. Fortune Sims, I know they're kind of unpopular, apparently, but I do like their drive. They, unlike Pleasure Sims, they have a want to progress in their lives, in their careers. I like that. They're always very motivated and focused, and I know some that does kind of get repetitive, especially if you play the career. Oh, Venus is just so cute. Just look at her. She's made so many friends today. I love it. It's not what I had in mind. I was gonna say they should get to bed. I mean, they probably have the same idea, huh? Cleo's please. Right in front of my food. I put a chair in the kitchen because I thought it'd be really realistic. I just love it when you go into someone's kitchen, there's just a chair in there and there's no reason why. It's just sort of there. We have that in our kitchen, and I think it adds that je ne sais quoi to a house. Cleo's really stinky, but it is 2 in the morning. People are still gonna love you even if you're a bit stinky. Oh, I forgot to mention, Cleo has a job. I'm guessing it will be because Darcy's a fortune teller and she most likely rolled a want for Cleo to get a job. She is in the service career. She's a rescue pet level 4. She's a good girl. I would really like to have a New Year's party. I don't know, should it be after Venus as a child? Should it be when does winter end? 2 days left. Venus becomes a child in 2 days. I would like to have like Santa come when she's a child. I guess that would make sense. Like, she's destroying my chair. Did you not hear me just say like how having a chair in your kitchen just makes it pop? She obviously disagreed, and I was like, you know nothing about architecture then, actually, interior design, whatever. Okay, so what I want to do is Venus will have a birthday party. I will have Santa come one day, and then probably the day after we can have a New Year party. I love that little kiss on the head that they do. Like, oh. Hi, hello. It is now Tuesday, so day 2, and I forgot what my master Simsmas plan was, but I've decided to put this tree up because I want Santa to visit tonight. I know in real life right now it's still November, but time isn't real and we all die anyways, so you might as well just stick a tree up in your house and hope a laughing man trespasses on your property. Nathan and Darcy both have today off from work, so I thought today would be a really good opportunity for Venus to learn some more toddler skills because tomorrow is her birthday. I think Nathan could do that, and then Darcy can work on her own skill gain that she wants, because I'm guessing she wants a promotion. She's at level 5. Yeah, let's try and get her to level 6. Nathan's woken up and he's rolled a load of generic hobby ones. It's snowing. Hopefully she will start rolling more wants to learn skills. She's been potty trained. She was potty trained yesterday. I think she just needs to learn to walk. Yeah, she wants to be taught to walk. I think that's definitely something Nathan and Venus can work on today. She's fearing having a party. Meanwhile, Nathan's like, he wants to have a party. Darcy currently wants to have a party. But I think we will save the parties for tomorrow, for Venus's birthday. And then the day after, I'm hoping to have a New Year party. But I can never get them right. Like, I can never get the right time because the police come, like, when the party's gone on for a certain amount of time, or like when it's past like something like 11 p.m. I think. But obviously at a New Year's party you need to get to midnight. You know, like that's the whole point. And I think there's like a sweet spot where you have to start the party somewhere between 7 and 8, I think. Or like there's like a really specific time you have to start a party, a New Year's party. I was also kind of thinking maybe trying it today as well, just in case like I can't, like I want like at least 2 tries, I think. And it's also good because Darcy and Nathan, obviously they're home today. It would make sense. She knows so many commands, like you know, like come here, roll it. She knows so many, but I guess she's not house trained yet. Should probably work on that as well. But yeah, Venus fears having a party. Hopefully her energy's getting low, so she might go for a nap and then she'll wake up and she won't care anymore. Look, here's a photo booth picture from when they were teens. This was like their first date, I think. Oh, so cute. I remember when they went on this date and I was like, that's when I was like, really? I wouldn't pair them together, but as I said, it makes so much sense. They have so much in common. I think Venus, who she looks like, she definitely has a lot of Darcy's features, I think. Do I cheat with the hacked computer or do I do it the organic way? Because she's already had a bath, and like to get a body skill point you'll have to work out or play soccer, and that tanks your energy. Well, yeah, it tanks your energy, it tanks your hygiene, but charisma, she can just do that in a mirror. Yeah, I'll do it organically, I think, because I do utilize the hack computer like all the time, but at the same time it does feel like I'm cheating. I tried to get her to turn the radio off, but I guess I didn't get there in time. I don't know what is it? Salsa? It's salsa, isn't it? Yes. Oh, I caught it just in time. Oh my gosh, I almost missed that. Oh my gosh. Yay. She's exhausted. Like, oh, learning to walk is so tough. Like, oh my gosh, you did so well. So she's gonna take a nap. Oh, Darcy's gained her charisma skill. We also need to start making some Santa cookies quite soon, because I think just the tree on its own isn't enough. I think having Santa cookies helps. Summon. Summon him. But will he come when there's a New Year's party going on? That's the thing. Like, I want Santa to come. So I guess I just have one shot at doing a New Year's party, doing it not tomorrow, because tomorrow is Venus's birthday party, but the day after we can do a New Year party. And if her hygiene tanks, then we're just gonna have to deal with it. You know, she can brush her teeth or something. Imagine if life worked that way. Like, you're all like hot, sweaty from working out, and instead of showering, you just brush your teeth, and you're groovy again, like you're all clean. Sims logic. Anyway, about the New Year's party, I just realized they always start at 8 p.m. It doesn't matter when you schedule, like, you can't schedule it, you can't phone and it would start immediately. It has to start at 8 p.m. So it's up to chance whether the police come or not. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Anyway, good news though, Darcy has gained the skills that she needed, and so when she goes to work on Thursday, she should be promoted, which I think is really exciting actually. Let me just get all his like generic hobby wants gone. Okay, so I was thinking, because you know in real life you have Christmas, you have Santa Day. No one calls it Santa Day. And then you have New Year's. That's why I was thinking I want Santa to come one day and then the next day. Oh, groovy. I was just thinking that, you know, in terms of real life, it's Christmas and then it's New Year's. Oh my gosh, is she autonomously cleaning that? It really is a Christmas miracle. I think the toilet must be clogged. Yeah. Does anyone have mechanical? Oh, Darcy does. Oh, Nathan has loads. I didn't realise he was hogging so many. Ghost? What's Eli Burb? I paused it so I don't get distracted. Real life, it's Christmas, then it's New Year's. So I was thinking of that logic, but then it's like I said, time isn't real and we all die anyways. So, like, I can just throw the party today anyway. Okay, I'm gonna throw the party today. The New Year's party today. Tomorrow is Venus's birthday party, and then, I mean, if Santa turns up today, then, like, the more the merrier though. Like, it is fine. So I guess if it always starts at a specific it's the 3 bolts. They are insatiable, right? Pre-party party. No, they're celebrating early, I guess. She needs a bath, but her parents are busy. And she still fears having a party. I'd feel really, really, really mean if I threw a party knowing she would be scared. But she's also in platinum. Hey Siri, flip a coin. Okay, heads is throw a party. For me, heads means like go ahead with what you want to do. Can I please find something to focus on? Can someone please be decent? Alright, they're finished. Darcy's on a BC with ACR, so she shouldn't have another Venus. Like, now she's gonna go and run to the toilet and throw up, isn't she? Like, now that I've said that, I've cursed it. I'm gonna throw the party. If the police come, then the police come. Like, they should actually grow up. Like maybe they're just like upset that they weren't invited. Okay, so family makes sense. So David, Darcy's brother, Isaac, Nathan's brother, I forgot his name. Let's invite our ex, Renee. No. Can you imagine if I did that? Like I said, I don't manufacture drama. The drama's organic here. Kyla can come because I don't think ACR can do anything because of the in-laws thing. And then I guess more for Darcy, like her brother's Bobby. Maybe like the key is to not invite so many people, but I don't care actually. I'm gonna invite whoever I want. Yeah, get ready to party at 8 tonight. Oh, I feel so bad. Like she's gonna. Oh, Venus, I'm so sorry. That is really inappropriate, actually. This is a family-friendly channel. We should invite food over? No, we should get food. Chinese food. But then it takes ages to eat. And it's so messy because no one likes to like clean the boxes up. And they'll just leave it like half eaten on the floor. Which is exactly the type of energy I want in my life. So Chinese food it is. And I'm not changing the radio, the music. If you play salsa music in The Sims 2, you're just like guaranteed to have a good time. By good time I mean curse time. They live opposite the McMansion that everyone, like when they first got The Sims 2, is what we all motherloaded our Sims into, didn't we? And then like you actually play it and it's the most impractical house ever, especially when you get seasons. So I do not endorse 113 right way, more like 113 wrong way. Anyway, final age, I don't know why I always say final age check. It's not the final age check yet. Getting a bit ahead of myself. Nathan is an elder in 11 days. Darcy is an elder in 21 days. And Venus is, of course, a child tomorrow in 1 day. I was thinking for this episode it would probably be best to only play 3 days because of how long the introduction takes. I'm really hoping the police don't come. Yeah, Venus, oh, I'm so sorry, but she's still in platinum. See, look how practical having a random check. Oh my god, no, wait. I completely forgot about Isaac and Naomi. I forgot they were having a thing. So Bobby and Naomi are like together. They're not married, but they're committed. They have 3 children together. And Naomi and Isaac, well, they have 3 bolts. It's not that dramatic because obviously you saw, you know, they were just getting very close, weren't they? And Bobby's like, I think I turned their jealousy off because I kind of see them being in a very open relationship where they have a very healthy relationship where they're very honest with each other. They don't mind their partner seeing someone else. I think they just sort of want to be told. Like they want to be kept in the loop. Like say like, oh, I'm gonna start seeing this person. They're like, okay. But yeah, I completely forgot I had that idea of them because at first I was like, are they gonna have an affair? And then I sort of started interpreting it this way. Yeah, basically I forgot completely forgot Naomi and Isaac were that they got along. Which of course I mentioned it all in the intro video, but if you haven't seen it, or you know, it has been like a million years since I uploaded that. I also mentioned it's really kind of funny. Look at them. I mean, it's gonna raise the party score. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh no, it's Cleo. Oh, I thought it was the penguin. I mean, like, I'm not disappointed to see Cleo. It's just, I thought it was the penguin. At every party David goes to, he just plays with the dog. That's really relatable. That's me. Did I finish the sentence about Naomi and Isaac? How it's kind of awkward because Naomi and Isaac, they're not related to each other, of course, no. But they are both related to Nathan. Very soap opera dynamics, huh? Huh? Oh no, that's interesting. Because they're like in-laws, aren't they? Like, she's married to Nathan's brother, Nico. Well, if they have a thing tonight, then... But like I said, ACR hasn't done anything. I just always feel like if it's not good... Father Time is here! Oh my gosh. No, shut up. Hold on. Can you imagine if I just... Whoop. Oh, there isn't an option. That's good. Police aren't here. Could this be finally the time when I actually get a good New Year's party? No! No! Go away! I will move objects on you. Demi love, more like Demi hate. Because I hate you, actually. I'm actually livid. That's not fair. I've done nothing wrong. I'll have to try and find, like, the tactic. Because, like, obviously it can work. Like, obviously it's not always doomed. Yeah, go away. Santa won't come now, will he? Everyone's still awake. Oh, this is a disaster. I've got all this food. And now it's just gone to waste. It's immature, actually. Hopefully Venus's birthday party will. Can you imagine if the police came for that?
This toddler party is too loud. I don't know why. What do they play at a toddler birthday party? Like Baby Shark, whatever? Can you imagine someone's just like blasting that at a party and the police come, they're like, it's too loud, this is too rowdy, and they come in, it's just a toddler birthday party. Oh, maybe we can have Santa come tomorrow instead, and then it's like Venus is like, you know, that's her birthday present. I haven't got her a birthday present, but I don't know her hobby. That's the thing. I need to know her hobby to give her a birthday present. I'm guessing it's fitness, but I don't know what to give her. So instead, we'll have Santa come and he can give a present instead. I don't know, maybe the police will come. Here's your present, and they just like handcuff you. I can't hear it because I don't have my headphones on. I imagine that all of this was just 10 times more chaotic, just because it's probably got salsa music in the background. Okay, so it's Wednesday, it's day 3, and it's the last day we are going to play in this episode, because even though it's okay for these videos to be a bit longer now, that's not an excuse for them to be like full length feature films. So I do want to, like, you know, keep it reasonable. I think like an hour long I'm hoping for, if not a bit longer. It seems like you don't really mind that. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. The itinerary for today is, of course, it's Venus's birthday. But yeah, Darcy has the day off today, so we can focus on whatever Darcy wants. And whatever Venus or whatever Venus wants. And then we can have her birthday party or just a birthday. Isn't she very outgoing? So, but she might, of course, roll the fear to have a party. Also, it would be good if we can get a Santa today, so we'll need some Santa cookies. Can leave them on the end table here, the bill table I always call it, because it's for bills, you know. I'm just hoping that if we can get Santa to come and if we can have a good party for Venus, that it would make up for the the whatever last night was. It was kind of a trial run, I think, because I do want to get a New Year party. Like, I want to get it right. Like, it can't be that difficult, surely. I love digging around in the game's code and all that, and just trying to understand, like I love like the problem side, like debugging and troubleshooting and problem solving. I like that. Oh, we don't need the nanny today. Oh, Callista, I'm so sorry, honey. Your services aren't needed. I feel awful saying that because I don't mean it like that. Oh, but she does clean the house though. Buy a car. I just think, I don't know if I can pull off a driveway. Like, I'm not a builder. I just don't think it would work with this sort of house. I don't know why I'm gesturing in real life. I'm like voguing in real life to try and, like, it needs to be very like square, and it needs to be symmetrical. That's the word. Actually, yeah, we should dismiss Calista. Oh, but she's so nice though. Oh my gosh, she's Karen. She's not. I thought she was Calista because she's actually a good nanny. She's a very good nanny, Calista, so I thought she was Calista. My bad. So something behind Karen is in your way. Like, you can't get to Karen because of something behind Karen. Oh, the ACR controller's in the way now. Wait, did I was saying something, wasn't I? About how, like, I love digging around in the code and, like, fixing stuff. But I can't have a successful New Year's party. She's viewing the shoes like they're like a who's an artist? Like they're Nathan's artwork. Beautiful. So while Venus is sleeping, I think it's a good idea to, I always make the cookies like, oh no, there's no space. It would be really cheaty if I like just pick them up in buy mode though. But I need to make the cookies. Oh gosh, oh no. The office party is scheduled for this weekend and someone needs to take, it's a hobby chance card. These can be brutal. You like mess up on a hobby chance card and for like some reason you get fired. Nathan is pretty sure he can do a good job with them, but they've been handled past years by the same person. Nathan doesn't want to make his co-worker angry if it's her thing. Usually I do eeny meeny because I can't make decisions. I do also like to take Sims like individual personalities into account. Is he more on the grouchy side or on the nice side? He's on the nice side, isn't he? Yeah, so he's really nice. So I think he would just let her do it. He doesn't want to cause office drama, so decides to let his co-worker do the decorations, and he loses some arts and crafts enthusiasm. The moral of the story is sometimes it's acceptable to cause office drama. If you don't, you stop being as enthused about your hobby, which is really annoying. Yeah, because he had it maxed out, and now, like, it's gone because he didn't want to start office drama. It's like, maybe you should then. No offense, Darcy, but your wants are really boring. Where's the spice? Come on, get something spicy. Something for me to work with. I'm on the edge of my seat, like I'm falling off. Purchase a vacation home. Throw a party. Okay, these are a bit, you know, they're power ones, so they're a bit more exciting. Still kind of But Nathan also wants to have... Oh no, he doesn't. Oh no, that's perfect then. And he can't anyway. He'll be home at 5 and we need to get it started a bit before then. I don't care if Venus rolls off. She doesn't fit having a party today anyway, which is good because she needs to have a birthday party. I also really need to make some Santa cookies to put in the fridge and then I can put them out later. Just like cover your eyes real quick. Pretend you like don't see this. Another Christmas miracle just happened. The food boxes just moved miraculously out of the way so Darcy can make Santa cookies on the counter. I don't know how it happened, but it was a miracle. I don't know whether to turn the lights on either, the Christmas tree lights. I know they're a fire risk, and I just can't be bothered to deal with a fire. I can't be bothered to deal with my Sims dying. I'm not in the mood. So I'd usually put like a smoke alarm in, like to the, what is that, like the hall? Could do that, I think, because that would look really cute and festive, wouldn't it? And it would be really cute for our birthday. But if it starts a fire, then that's not a good... No one wants a fire at the birthday party. But like, can it get any worse? Like, then the police breaking up your party for no reason, actually. Just jealous that she wasn't invited. And it's like, if you continue with that behaviour, you'll never be invited to my parties. So, what if, right, you befriended all the police in town? So you invite them to the party. Like, who's gonna come and break it up? No one. The police are at your party. That's what you need to do. You need to play the system. And then police will never break up your party. It works in real life as well. Just invite the police over, they can't arrest you. Yeah, Venus is in platinum, so Venus is doing really well. Her needs are good. She feels party. I'd feel awful, like, not giving her a party, because I like to give all my Sims a birthday party if they want one, if they're outgoing enough, and she is. She's not really shy like Susie was. Let me try, like, I'm running out of time, so maybe I will try fulfilling some of her wants, just on the off chance that it triggers a reroll of fears as well. Because I went against the fear yesterday and I'd feel really, really mean doing it again. Yes! I am the greatest Sim superhero of time. No. Are you serious? I have this mod. I have a mod that like adds some like, you can stay after work and go hang out with your co-workers, like go bowling or something. And Nathan has just gotten that on Venus' birthday. So just because he was slacking a bit, like first you take his arts enthusiasm and now you're like not letting him come to his daughter's birthday party. That's so harsh. Look how many friends she has. That's like, that's unnecessary. That's too many. Jessica Body. Oh. I forgot the burglar in Pleasantview is Jessica Badi. I was like, what? Why is the deceased maid from Strange Town? I was like, oh my gosh, no. It's just the big C. Summer can't come because she's a vampire. No, I'm not saying like she can't come because she's a vampire. Like, I'm not like excluding her because of her vampirism. I'm just saying like she won't turn up anyway because it's still, the sun's still out. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying she can't come because she's a vampire. That would be really mean. I'm just saying like I don't want her to die. Who are you related to, Darcy? You're related, yeah, Dustin is your brother. Bobby is your brother. So they are priorities. Dirk is your brother. Well, where's David? I'm pretty sure they're like best friends forever. So it doesn't matter if they've lost like other flags, because I think that flag remains. Like if their relationship's decayed a bit. Bo is your brother. It's basically all just her brothers. And then it's bad because then like there's no one from Nathan's side. I feel really bad, but I mean, Nathan's not gonna be here. Oh no, I do actually feel really bad for Nathan. That's actually harsh. You know what, the next time he does paint a masterpiece and he rolls a one to quit his job, I'm gonna allow him to do that. His lifetime want is to reach the top of the art career, but it's like, if they don't respect you, then why bother? I need a birthday cake. I haven't got any decorations up! And I've got leftover Chinese food on the floor. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed with this saying, literally endless fun in a box. And then it's just fun one. Should I get fireworks? Would that be appropriate? That's a bit much. We love a hang loose moment. Oh, this really is a hang loose moment. What do you mean it's a snoozer? They're hanging loose? Past 6 p.m. Should we... So I have this mod. I actually got the wrong mod. I recommended the wrong mod in the Pleasant video, the last one I think. David back to playing with the dog. It's actually aging mod by Simler90 I think on Mod the Sims. It's the same like mechanics as the one I recommended, I just got the wrong mod. But basically it means when a birthday party is going on, a sim won't age up until you allow it with the birthday cake. So I'm guessing we could wait because I feel really bad like going ahead without him. But like this party shouldn't go all night because I do want Santa to come and it is a toddler birthday party. Oh. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just imagining like Nathan, maybe he called Darcy and he said go ahead. Oh, I feel awful, but you know her many uncles are here. She's surrounded by family and she's in a, you know, her parents love her very much and she knows that. I hope she does anyway. I'm so excited. Like, I just can't wait to see what she's gonna look like, how she, you know, like what she chooses as her favourite colour when she ages up with, you know, whatever clothes she wears. If they age up into like a purple outfit, I say like purple is their favourite colour. Oh. Oh, that's interesting, actually. What I'm referring... Nathan's just got home. Oh, my gosh. She's going to go run and hug him. Oh, my God. Yeah. That's... Okay. Now, what I'm saying is interesting. Let me try and... Is that I was saying earlier that she looks so much like Darcy, but now that she's aged up, I can see Nathan. I can see a bit of Kaylynn, Nathan's mother, but I don't know how to describe. I don't know if you can as well, because obviously you know Kaylynn. Like, I can see Nathan now that she's aged up. It's like she has Darcy's nose, but everything else is all Nathan. I love genetics. I really like her outfit as well. It's not quite appropriate for winter, but I do like it, and the colour choice is interesting. I have to go and decorate her room. I do want to find out her hobby first before I do that. And I am guessing it's fitness, so I will try jump roping. If it's not, then I have no idea what it would be. Oh, they're going upset. Okay. Come on, notification. No? Huh? It's not fitness? So it's not sports. It's not fitness. What the heck is it? Maybe it's arts. I'm just... Because I don't have an arts table, do I? So I wouldn't have tried that when she was a toddler. No, I'm actually... I thought for sure it was gonna be fitness. No? Games? I haven't tried games. Is it games? No, don't eat that. You're gonna get... He's just gone straight in there. Okay. You know what? He's had a tough day at work. I'm just... Oh my gosh, no, that scared me. No, that actually really scared me. Oh my gosh, Santa's here. I didn't think he would come because I haven't put the cookies out. Oh, and he's hungry. Oh no, no, he's gonna leave Carl. He's gonna leave Carl because of no. No, I forgot. No, he's leaving. I made cookies. I am devastated. I didn't think he would come during a party because obviously everyone would still be awake. So I didn't put the cookies out. Like, I made the cookies. You saw me make the cookies. I was counting on Santa to give her a birthday present because I don't know what her hobby is. It's not games. What is your hobby? Oh, it is games. No, that's actually really exciting because I have like barely any game sims. I have Kyla is a game sim. I don't have many. Willow is Lucy and Alexander's eldest daughter, so just Willow and Kyla. But Venus is a game sim, you know, to make up for this. I feel awful. I'm so sorry, Santa. I'm on the naughty list. So her birthday present, I think, should be a games console. I hope that will make up for this cold. I had the cookies. Well, we still have one more day in winter, so I think I might just try again tomorrow and try and make up for it. Oh, I hype Santa up so much and he just does that to me as well. Like, I can't believe that just happened. Cool prank on Venus. Hopefully this should make up for the trauma of being given coal by Santa on your birthday. All the newspapers on the floor, that's so based on the information of her outfit being yellow and green and her hobby is games, I don't think her interests will have changed much. They don't really change from toddler to child. No, she's still as interested as she was in sports, paranormal and school. But using this information about games and her new favourite colours, I'm going to go and decorate her bedroom, her new bedroom. Okay, so I just really quickly gave her a bed. She doesn't have a lot of space. She had a very small room, so I gave her, you know, one of the high up beds. What are they called? Not like a bunk bed, but only one. Is that what they're called? Are they still bunk beds? I'll probably decorate it a bit more when I have more time, you know, like off camera. But for now, I've given her the basics. I've given her the bed. I've given her a desk because she's very interested in school, and I've given her a school bag as well to reflect that. The shelf is so I can put like little decorations up when I have more time. I've given her a green rug, even though I'm not sure about it, and I've kept the poster that she already had of a tennis player to reflect her high interest in sports. And then the game console is downstairs, and I've kept the lump of coal to remind me of all my failures and my sins. Oh no, is it because he ate the dodgy... Oh, it's because I thought he was asleep. I didn't know he was being a menace downstairs. There's a perfectly good cake right here. He saw the rotting food down here and was like, I want some of that. Alright, well, he's got food poisoning, which is exactly what I wanted, and I forgot what I was trying to say. I just wanted to say that while, you know, I was decorating her room, upon reflection, it did start making sense that her hobby is games. I never considered it as a possibility because it's so rare in my Pleasantview, but it makes sense because she's max playful. I thought for sure it was going to be fitness. Anyway, Nathan's a big doofus and he's got himself sick, so... And I also forgot about the toilet being clogged, but oh, don't smooch Jimmy's. Is it contagious? It wouldn't be, would it? Yeah, I forgot the toilet here is clogged and Nathan needed to go and sort it out. I don't know why he managed to get a good reputation considering what he just did. See, Darcy's being sensible. She saw there's a perfectly good cake right there that will not make her sick. The duality of sim. Final age check, which is a final age check because I'm going to end it here. I'm going to end it on day 3. And next episode we can play the next 4 days. It will be a long one again. Hope that's okay. It seems like it will be. Fingers crossed. Venus is a teenager in 7 days. Focus on the coal so you can all laugh at the mess that was this video. Nathan is an elder in 10 days, so there will be no more birthdays this round. Yeah, and Darcy is an elder in 20 days. Cleo, she might have a birthday. Yeah, she will be an elder in 4 days, so at the end of the round, right? Oh, no. Oh, no. Should I interfere? I should interfere, like, I can deal with one sim being sick, but like all of them. Darcy is a lot, or not a lot less sloppy, but she's the least sloppy of the household. Therefore, I don't have too many qualms like making her clean stuff up if they're sloppy. I normally won't force them because, you know, I like to indulge in their personalities, I guess. The rule is if they wouldn't do it autonomously, I probably won't do it myself. I think Nathan just, yeah. And on that note, I think it is a good idea to end it here. It was a bit all over the place, I think. Maybe it's because I'm rusty. I'm sorry that this took so long to get out, but I have been working pretty much non-stop on the downtown video. It's taking up a lot of my time, but I realized I needed something out. I wanted to play Pleasantview. I just wanted to play Pleasantview so bad that I had to, you know, take some time out and take a break from corruption stuff and just focus on my little pixels, as annoying as they are. I'm hoping to get this video out pretty soon after I've recorded it, which will probably mean it will be released before the downtown video, I'm hoping. I'm sorry for the wait. Thank you for being so patient and understanding. Hopefully the next part of this series, the next episode, it shouldn't take too long to come out. We'll try and get Santa back and redeem ourselves. Get back on his good list. I really hope you enjoyed this video being a bit longer than usual. If not, tell me. Like, if you want me to go back to doing 3 parts, so the episodes are a bit shorter, that's fine. We can work on that. I don't really have anything else to say, so as always, please remember to stay safe, be good, and most of all, happy simming. I hope you have better luck than I do with any New Year's parties and Santa summoning that you do in your own games. I hope you have more luck. I wish you well in everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will see you very soon. Bye.